일론 머스크와 포드 CEO 모두에게 인정받은 샌디 먼로씨. 이런 샌디 먼로씨가 전기차 시장의 미래를 결정할 중요하지만 대부분의 사람들이 깨닫지 못하는 사실을 공유합니다. 그리고 먼로씨가 이 사실을 깨닫게 된 상징적인 소품이 흥미롭게도 아기상어 마스크였습니다. 먼로씨가 무슨 일을 겪었는지 번역 인터뷰 영상을 통해 살펴보겠습니다.
I'm telling you what, you know where the real this is going to come from? It's coming from the people who aren't buying cars yet. And I'm telling you what, when I pull into one of these Tesla takeover things or whatever, who comes up to talk to me? It's kids, little kids. And they say that their parents are immoral because their teachers told them that, you know, we're all going to die. I don't give a damn about the guy who's 45 right now, you know, telling you about his cold dead fingers. What's his son have to say, or his daughter have to say?
Yeah, but the guy who's 45, you know, he'll be, you know, barely 50 by the time you're 50% projection.
And so, you know what's going to happen? It's not him that's going to buy the car. Well, it's going to be that kid that's buying the car.
I agree.
And
but
that's where it changes. Everything's changing
because.
And by the way, there's something else. Here's something else that's happening. I was loading some stuff. I have a Rivian, so I'm loading in some crap into the back of the bed of the Rivian, and this kid comes up, a little kid, and he looks like he's about 7 or 8, something like that, and maybe younger even. But this kid is precocious. This kid is a little bit of a genius, okay? And he comes up and he puts his hand out and he says, "Excuse me, Mr. Monroe. Excuse me. Do I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Sandy Monroe?" And I looked down. I didn't talk like this when I was 7 years old. And I put my hand down and I shook his hand, and I can remember my answer. I said, "Indeed," because I thought this was some kind of joke or something. And he then starts telling me, "Oh, I can hardly wait until I can buy a car." And then he said, my father is such an embarrassment. He just doesn't get the EV, blah, blah, whatever. And the mother was standing right in back of him, and she's got her hand over her mouth, trying to keep from bursting out laughing. But this kid, my colleagues and I view your videos at our lunch breaks. You're very entertaining and informative. Where are you coming from? Colleagues? What, are you kidding me? I never even knew colleague was a word until I was about 35. I mean, this is like unbelievable. But at the end of the day, I had to get going. So I said, well, thank you for talking with me, and I wish you all the best of luck. And I shook his hand, and I had one of my Monroe pens. I pulled it out and I handed it to him. And he said, "This is my new cherished item," or something along those lines. I can't remember the words. And so he reached in his pocket and he pulled out, well, I hope it's still here. He pulled out this. This is his face mask. And he's been wearing this since 2019. And believe me, when I got it, it was full of nasties. It had to get washed. He gave me this, and he said, this is my most cherished, was my most cherished possession. And he handed it to me, and I said, "Oh, I can't possibly take that." And the mother's going,
Yeah.
So here you go. People think I'm full of shit or I'm lying or something. Hey, you know what? In this case, I got proof. But this is the kid that's going to shame his dad into buying an electric vehicle. And that's never taken into account by anybody in marketing. Yeah. Marketing people goes over their head. Well, we got to look at that 35 to 55, blah, 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 blah. That's okay for today. What are you going to do 10 years from now? And that's kind of like what I'm looking at.
허니잼 채널에서는 가장 초점을 맞추는 내용이 객관적인 수치 자료입니다. 하지만 때로는 이런 정량적 자료에 포함되지는 않지만 미래에 영향을 주는 정성적 자료도 분명 존재합니다. 오늘 먼로씨가 말씀해주신 것처럼 미래의 변화를 더 민감하게 받아들이고 실질적인 변화를 이끌어 나가는 어린 세대들의 생각이 바로 이런 정성적 자료가 아닌가 판단됩니다. 허니잼 채널에서 멤버십을 시작한 지가 20개월을 넘겼습니다. 이 기간 동안 꾸준히 지원해주신 멤버분들께 마음으로는 감사의 마음을 항상 전하지만 영상을 통해서 감사 인사를 지금까지 전해드리지 못했습니다. 멤버분들이 존재하기에 조회수를 쫓는 잘못된 정보와 가십거리 같은 이슈가 아닌 리서치를 통해 확인되는 객관적인 사실과 중요한 이슈에 초점을 맞출 수 있었습니다. 오늘 영상을 통해 제게 이런 동기부여를 주신 모든 멤버분들께 감사 인사를 드립니다. 감사합니다.